Hey, D&D Talk, so let's keep going. So, if the Master of Worlds was essentially creating these hooks, these hooks for the players into the world, the Master of Adventure is doing kind of the same but in reverse. So, take this world, right? Let's say that this airship world and this barren world are the same world, okay? When we look at the adventures, basically the exploring and optimizing, the thing, how players want to go about moving up in this world and doing cool things in this world and discovering what there is to discover, then we look at it like this. If I tell you that these are the characters, right? Then my characters are going to want to get a fucking airship. That's just what they're going to want to do. That is kind of the progression that you're setting up. You start exploring and optimizing towards the goal, the kinds of adventures and things that players want to do. And also, if I tell them, hey, you have to go kill, 4 rabbits as you're starving to death, that makes all the sense in the world as a thing to do because it's not easy, right? There's no stores. This is barren. There's monster portals everywhere. This is an adventure in of itself. And so the way that players are going to both look at what they want to do and what they're okay with doing is going to be colored by how you're setting up the adventure. Now, if these are the characters, right, it's a little different. They already have an airship. What are they going to want to do? They're going to want to explore. They were going to want to see the world and maybe bring, these guys back up and rescue them or get them rabbits. And so suddenly you have a different positioning. Same world, right? Exact same situation. But now the perspective of the players has changed because the things that they see themselves doing and the things that they see themselves capable of and where they want to go from there is different. This is really just a progression. But where in the progression we land is a different story, right? Like this is before Spider-Man gets bit by the spider, and this is, after all that nonsense happened in that movie that I should probably watch because everyone tells me to. So the idea is that you move forward through the story, but where you start, in media res, they call it, or you can start in the middle of this arc. And you can still get, 300 hours out of that because, the way that we tell stories is very slow, and depending on what the players are doing, how the player are going about things, this part can suddenly be shaped, and it takes a different amount of time. But overall, the players are, again, engaging with the world, and the world is offering them something that they want to continue to explore. And so we've tied these two together, and there's this last bit there. But that's how the Master of Adventure is essentially the master of making this world interesting.